But and that's another thing with the R.Kelly sex tape and Hollywood and all this other shit. It's one of the greatest skits of all time. I want to be very clear. I'm not picking on Dave Chappelle. But the Dave Chappelle R.Kelly pee on you skit. I'm like, oh, again. Now I was older.
Yeah.
When this dropped,
but I remember that.
It was hilarious. I wasn't thinking about. It made it funny. It made it like okay.
And then it was just a funny thing.
This is where
then I didn't take it serious.
No, not at all. Like you can't.
Now I also didn't realize because I think
Dave Chappelle as well.
I don't know when it was. I think I heard about it obviously when it happened. I don't remember, but I remember this specifically. I didn't realize the girl was like 13 in the video. I didn't know that. I just knew he peed on some young girl. But I didn't know like 13.
When you think young for reasonable.
I was like maybe a 16. You know, like I still thought it was fucked up, but like 13?
Yeah, they're right. And that's another...
Like you're even worse.
Hey, that's another crazy thing. 16 is absolutely
worse,
wrong.
But right,
like, 13 is like, nah, that's a child. Like you're not on the fence at that point.
No,
like you're not...
You're 100%, you should be fucking... in jail. Yeah,
you should. You got a problem. You done fucked up. Like you're
castrated. Like, you
got a problem. Like you're a serial pedophile.
Yeah.
Like that's
seriously.
This is an issue, Mr. Kelly. But with things like this. What do you? And I'm not. It still be funny, I guess, the next time it comes on. But when I see shit like this.
It seems
it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's literally a joke. And
that's what I thought of. Every time I thought about that incident, I would think of this video instead of
the actual.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not our fault either. He got off because the family was like, nope, wasn't her. So then it was just brushed off anyway, you know.
That's true. Like after not guilty,
then it was a joke because
then it's fair game.
Then it was, you know, like, oh, she was probably actually old enough, but he's peeing on girls, you know, like that. It probably actually was a joke, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But coping was much easier with
and that's the beauty of comedy is that it can take a fucked up situation when it makes you laugh, it soothes the wound, and makes it okay. Right. So Dave Chappelle, for what Dave Chappelle, I'm not, again, 0% of me is blaming Dave Chappelle.
Right, because he wasn't involved.
Right,
he was
and the shit, now that was funny enough to get it a pass. Like, even if, I don't know, we never heard from Dave Chappelle again, and that was his one.
Chappelle, that's a good point. Like, Chappelle actually did his job.
Right, there you go, exactly. Boom, bingo.
Like the best representation of what a comedian should do. He did his job.
Take the most fucked up thing and spun that and made us laugh. Still?
Yeah.
Like, okay. But not obviously that's where it's also tricky. Not everything said about R. Kelly has aged gracefully. And I remember listening to Charlemagne a year ago on the Brilliant Idiots podcast, and he was talking about, and